Thanks, Kobi, for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Just to start off, can you just talk us through sort of the three sort of pillars of your IP in the battery space and sort of how that links together in your commercial strategy?
Yeah, so basically we started off with titanium oxide anode material that basically has the fast charging capability, many cycles, and the safety advantages. We went off and acquired the IP around the electrolyte, the LiFSI. LiFSI advantages are around especially around the high temperature, ability for the electrolyte to work in the 50-60 degrees, enable the number of cycle extended. This is one of the challenges, especially in the EV market, when you need the car to work on a high temperature in high temperature locations, such as the warm countries. Yep. And the last piece was the LNMO high voltage cathode. With the advantages of that, we technically have a full battery solution.
Right. So you've got the anode side, the cathode side, and the electrolyte in the middle. Would you sell that as a sort of a joint technology, or can you sell it standalone as well, the IP?
Yeah, it's a good question. We basically can do all of the above. So we can combine it all together to a unique proposal, and we can split each one of the components of it on its own. So it depends on the application, depends on the market. The lithium-ion battery market is a very fragmented market, not just in the sense of the amount of or the number of suppliers, but more about the fact that different chemistry works in different application. Right. And even at the same application, you will find different chemistry that makes the job differently. So to answer your question, yes, it's going to work together in the future, or it's going to work separately. But our main focus at the moment is to find the path to the fastest way to do commercialization as soon as we can. And for that, we'll take some of the approach around what's the best solution that the market required immediately.
Right. And what are the sort of the key applications for your technology? Electric vehicles come to mind, but there must be tons of others.
Yes, there's a lot of application. We can fit to a lot of them, but we decided to focus. And the main focus we've decided that is the best approach is around the three verticals that we see. The first one is the drone and UAV. The second one is the power tools, and the third one is the EV. So in drone and UAV, higher power, higher torque provide a huge advantage for the drone/UAV in getting farther or keeping the drone up in the air. For the power tools, it's the same. You want to keep the torque or the power, extended power, when using your power tools. And obviously, the EV market, it's all about the range. It's all about the torque, the power that you can get to the various of application.
Right. And so, if you compare the attributes, or the aspects of your technology compared to what's out there today, what would you say are the 2 or 3 key advantages that your technology has as opposed to what's out there today?
Yeah, so the 2 major advantages that we promote today are the high voltage cathode. And when we say high voltage, we mean 4.7 volts. Mm-hmm. The average battery out there that you will find is around the 4 volts, that drops to 3.7. So that's a huge advantage in relation to ability to provide more power and more torque. And the second biggest advantage is the fact that we're cobalt-free. Cobalt-free means a lot in this space. The first one is prices of cobalt now hitting the roof at $90,000 a ton, and expectation is that it might double. The second challenge around the cobalt is the supply chain. 65% of the cobalt comes from Congo, and that's a major challenge to continue having a long supply chain unless you are one of the big companies such as Apple that secured a 5-year contract with a Congo mine. So that's the 2 attributes that we think that are most appealing as a point of difference for us.
Right, okay. I was just reading today that Tesla is trying to get rid of cobalt as well from their batteries.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't read the exact. I think they probably targeting the same issue that we see, is how to eliminate the use of cobalt because it's in high risk of supply/cost. And I don't really understand what they mean exactly. It's probably been disclosed in the future, but I think it's a validation to what we say, that cobalt-free is the way to go in some application.
Right, okay. So recently you announced a deal with Blitz. Can you talk us a little bit through sort of the dynamics of that deal, and what it means for you guys, what it means for the customer?
Yeah, the Blitz deal, I think it's one of the biggest milestone in the evolution of UltraCharge as a company. It's not just about the commercialization, great opportunity that we have there, and the amazing numbers that we are able to forecast for the future. It's more about the focus of the company. We have figured out that our focus inside the pillar of the EV market should be two-wheelers, three-wheelers. And Blitz fits into that like a glove. It means that we want to target the entire market. The Blitz opportunity, the Blitz on its own, it has a unique go-to-market opportunity. They are a B2B electric motorbike. Mm-hmm. What we give to them is the extended range that they want. The customer base is around the McDonald's of the world, Pizza Hut, Domino's Pizzas. And what it delivers the ability for the delivery guys to ride on electric motorbike that save money, better for the environment, and easier to grow with. And basically we will support them with our latest technology in order to fulfill their growth potential worldwide.
Yeah, okay. And so going forward, what sort of commercial agreements should investors expect from UltraCharge? Similar to this, or differently structured, or?
As I said, we focus on three verticals. One is the drones. We had the announcement around the aeronautics opportunity, and we are talking to other drone manufacturers. So that's a great opportunity for us in that vertical. Around the Blitz, the two-wheeler, three-wheelers, we are looking for additional customer in the segment. For us, the Blitz is a significant deal. Having said that, we're not going to stop because this particular customer is huge, so we expect to get additional customers around that segment. Mm-hmm. And the last one is the power tools, that we see a huge advantage for our technology around this segment as well.
Right. And most of these deals would include some sort of specific development for these customers on your part before you can go into sort of commercial production for them?
Yes. The advantage and disadvantage in the lithium-ion battery space is when you deliver a battery for a customer, it has to be customized. Right. It has to be tailored in the size, in the shape, in the power, and post that delivery of pilot batteries and testing, the order for delivery obviously kicks in. So basically the progress or the process for each one of these future potential order will be the same. That takes some time, but then the good thing is that we can secure a long-term relationship based on that, and it will be a challenge for our competitors to come and replace us, because at the end of the day, once you deliver a good solution to your customer at the right price, then usually customers stick to you.
Yeah, once you're in, you're in.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. And so on the deals that you've announced previously, so cameras, UltraCharge, aeronautics, can you provide a bit of an update on those, how those tracking, and maybe also in terms of milestones, what's coming up in the next couple of quarters? Yeah,
so basically with cameras, we started the project of the joint development with the cameras team. I think we will have some news in the next quarter around the progress over there. Dealing with big companies means sometimes that you can't disclose the entire information of what happens. You need to get approval for this kind of information from your partner. As far as UltraCharge, they've delivered to them samples, and it is in testing. So the same, we will see some results in the next quarter. And the project with Sinochem is about to start. There have been some delays due to the size of Sinochem being a $75 billion company. Yeah, things takes longer. Yeah. Things takes longer, but we see a great opportunity under the LFSI, and we got validation from the progress of the market. But I think we are all excited with obviously the Blitz announcement and the effect of that on the business, but we're not dropping the ball on the rest of the project we have announced in the past.
Yeah, okay. And so you just in general terms, in terms of milestones generally for the company, what can investors look forward to in the next 6 months, 12 months?
Look, first one is obviously delivery on the Blitz, delivery of the batteries for the testing and the validation, and execution on that on the background of mass production. Second is add additional customer to the mix. We have been working for the last 18 months looking for additional customers, and I think some of them will obviously come on board in the next 3 to 6 months. The challenge will be sometimes is around announcing that these deals, because when you're dealing with big companies rather than small companies, some of them don't like to be a full disclosure. But in essence, we believe that we can add additional customers on top of the Blitz deal to strengthen our position and to increase our potential for the long term.
Excellent. So exciting times ahead then.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I think the validation that we have now on our commercialization capability, plus the fact that we are the only ASX listed company that has a battery that is ready for commercialization, gives us a good start for new financial year of 2018.
Excellent. Right, thanks Kobi.
Thank you.
For being with us.
Thanks Mark.